Well, good morning, everybody. It is Thursday, January 7th, the fourth day of 2021. And I just have to say, man, Taj, I don't know what you think, man, but this has been a hell of a week. It's only been 3 days, and I was journaling all of my trades. So at the end of every day, I journal my trades, right? I look at all the trades and I input it into my Excel spreadsheet, and it's we've had some really good days, man. Really good days, and I'm just excited to close this week off really strong. Um, I'm personally doing pretty damn well already so far. 3 days into the year, my portfolio is up 5%. Just to give perspective, and the S&P 500 I think is flat on the year. So it's just really incredible the opportunities we have found, and just the action, right? The price action that's occurring. So today is no different. Today is no different, and I gotta say my number one stock that I'm really gonna be watching is Plug. So guys, yesterday Plug came out with some news that they've got a $1.5 billion investment coming in from I think a Korean, if I'm not mistaken, a Korean, South Korean, I guess investment group. They've made a strategic partnership with a $1.5 billion investment coming into the company. Analysts are coming out. Price targets are shooting through the roof. $60 price targets coming in from HC Wainwright. And there's also another one that I really liked. Let me see here. Where's my plug? Where is my other plug? Price target upgrade. Here it is from Cohen and Company, $50. So you've got a $50 price target upgrade and you got a $60 price target upgrade. And we know that Plug moves. So with that being said, guys, Plug is going to be my number one play today. If Plug breaks above 43.77, go long the sucker. No ifs, ands, or buts. Just do it. You're gonna have to put your stops at 43. So that's only a 77-cent risk. If you want to keep it, you want to give it a little bit more range, maybe 42.30. So that'd be about $1.40 range if you want to put a little bit of a wider range on the stops. I like Plug a lot. This thing is going to be in play, and I can guarantee you, day trading communities just like us are going to be all over this. So get ready to rock and roll with this one. Another name is FCEL, trading up, gapping up on sympathy with Plug. So the way I see it right now, if it breaks above 1460, we can go long for a gap and go strategy here. Probably put our stops at 1420, which is a 40-cent risk on the trade for potential reward of greater than 40 cents. So we're always looking for a minimum of 2-to-1 ratio. So if we take that trade, I want 80 cents to the upside. That's what I'm looking for. Mara, M-A-R-A. This is one that Carlos brought up to us yesterday. And, this one really wasn't in my radar before. And this thing is gapping up to about 20 bucks. Closed yesterday at 16.96. I like it. There's momentum behind it. So right now, if it trades and it breaks the pre-market highs of 20.48, I like it. You can put your stops at 20 bucks. That's a 48-cent risk on the trade, and we can break it to the upside, right? So I like that one. And of course, can you guys guess the next name I'm going to bring up? Tesla. Come on. Tesla. Just another day in paradise with Tesla. So Tesla is the gift that keeps on giving, and we're going to trade it today. So I think I've traded Tesla every day this week and been nailing the trades. I think I've taken a couple losses on it, but I looked at my trading journal. Overall, I am positive on Tesla. And I think today is another day where we ride it up to the upside. So, if Tesla breaks 774, you can short it. If it trades higher than 777, I wouldn't mind actually buying calls for the bet that it's going to break the pre-market highs of around 780. And let's just ride this sucker to 800. Fuck it, right? I mean, that's where it wants to go. So let's just take it. David already. I mean, what can you can't put rationale behind Tesla. Let's just trade the damn sucker, and that's it. Just buy it, guys. That's all you got to do. So Tesla is going to be a good one. Another name that I like, and I'm sure Taj was going to probably bring it up, is the pot stock, so Tilray, gapping up almost to $12. It is selling off a little bit. This is going to be on my B list today, but it's one that's in my radar, so I like it. I'm going to watch Boeing today. And the reason why is because I shared on the analyst upgrades and downgrades. You guys, hopefully you saw this note. Bank of America comes out and let me just copy and paste it onto our text channel here so you can have some perspective here. So, B of A Global Research raises industrial sector to overweight from market weight. And they actually cut the tech sector to market weight from overweight. Let me translate that. They are betting that industrial stocks like Boeing, Caterpillar, 3M, Honeywell, all these industrial names are going to be the winners for 2021. And remember, B of A is a hell of an analyst, tier 1 analyst firm, and they tend to kind of be on point with their research. So, with that being said, because they issued that out today, I'm going to keep an eye on Boeing, because Boeing is one of the top 10 holdings of the XLI, which is the Sector Spider ETF for the industrials. Even if you were to pull up the industrials, the XLI, pull up a 1-year chart, what is it doing? It's been consolidating here since November, and it looks like it's primed to break out. I would even swing 90 calls or 91 calls on XLI, buy them, 1 or 2 months out, and I can not guarantee, but I have a really, really strong conviction that you can make some money on that trade. As a matter of fact, that might be my first swing trade of 2021. I'm actually going to buy some exposure into XLI. I want a broad-based exposure into the sector with a price target of 91 to 92. So I'm going to initiate that trade later today. But from a day trade perspective, Boeing is going to be something that I want to watch. So if it breaks above 213.77, go long. I think this could trade up potentially to 215 area, maybe even more if the market is strong today. Some other names I'm going to watch is NEO, Twitter. Twitter's got some weakness today because analysts came out saying that they are going to suffer from engagement due to the suspension of Donald Trump's Twitter account, and also, now that we're transitioning to a new administration, the engagement on Twitter won't be as high as the past 4 years with Trump being a president. And it kind of makes sense because Trump, was very big on Twitter, and it did bring a lot of engagement right on Twitter. So the analysis makes sense. I'm going to keep an eye on Twitter because if it continues to sell off, we can buy puts on Twitter and make some money to the downside. Other names to keep an eye on: Penn Gaming received a $100 price target. I'm going to keep an eye on that one. MSTR. This is a name. That kind of trades in line with the cryptos. Citron is a very famous short seller. He's actually long MSTR. Be careful with this stock. It's a very spready stock. It trades with low volume, but it's a big mover. So if you can capture the right move on this and you get the move, you can get paid huge. So the way I see it, if it breaks above 522, you can go long. You're going to have to put your stops at 515 though. So that's a 7-point risk on a $500 and change stock. So just be careful with it, but it's a good one to trade if you want to make a big bet. My one last name, and then I'll pass it on to Taj. Roku. Roku received a $400 price target today. On the daily chart, it's already gapping up about 10 points, a little bit more than 10 points. On the daily chart, no resistance to about 360. I'm going to call Roku. It's going to hit 360 today. So I'm going to trade Roku today. That's going to be my A list. So my A list today, guys: Tesla, Roku, Plug, FCEL, which I didn't get a chance to do it, and NEO. These are going to be my A list names. So Taj, let me pass it on to you, brother.
Yeah, I think you're spot on, specifically with the industries as a whole. Now that Congress has moved forward and kind of solidified things with the electoral process, you're seeing a lot of these names that were popping off earlier as election results are coming out, starting to light a fire under his tail now. The FCELs, the pot stocks, Tilray. So I think that's the reasoning behind it. So all we have to do as traders just trade it. Let's take advantage of it. So he was spot on. I'm definitely going to be watching Tilray. That was one of the stocks I had. It was actually on my A list initially when it was trading up here at $12. It is having a slight pullback, so I would like to see it reclaim that high, 12.25. That is a most recent high that we had back from November. So if we can break back above that $12 mark, I mean, Tilray has room to run. I think last time I checked, the next resistance is around $16, $15, $16. So it has plenty of room to run. And we know that when these pot stocks really get momentum, they can take off. So I'm going to be keeping a close eye on Tilray. I'm also just going to be watching the overall market. I'm going to be watching the S&P. We're about $1 away from all-time highs. It actually clipped the all-time high during the pre-market session of 377. But now we've had some consolidation here on the spider specifically around 376. So if we're able to just trade sideways here, maybe have a slight pullback, we can play the break above around 376.06 and look for some continuation and see if we can test that all-time high, which it actually even touched yesterday. Yesterday's high was around 376.98. The all-time high is 377.01. So if we can break out above that, let's see. Let's see what it can do. Another name I'll be watching is Myrna. Myrna had a price target upgrade from Piper Sandler to 170. There's also the news surrounding Myrna about their product being used. I believe it's in Europe. They've already started shipments. So that's also good news. The thing I'll caution with Myrna is just be careful because normally, as we've seen in the past, whenever it has some type of good news, it usually sells off. You have a gap up and then it sells off. So I'll be very patient. I want to see it at least break the pre-market high of around 121.30. If it breaks that, I'll feel comfortable playing it long because that'll give me conviction that the stock is at least having some type of attempt of a rally. So we can play it there. We can throw stops around like 120 if that happens. And let's see what Myrna can do. On the daily chart, it's breaking above its AMA, so there's really no resistance I'm looking at no big resistance until around 131. There's some slight resistance around 123. And the 20 MA is at 133. So you do have some room to run. You at least have $1, $2 of just clear space to run on Myrna. So that's going to be on my B-ish, close to A type list. Let's see. There was another one. QS. QS is another name I like to watch as well. There's not really any news around it. It's just I like the volatility behind it.
Right.
Yesterday, there was a lot of price action with QS. It took a while for it to break out, but as you can see, once it actually did break out, it had a really nice move. If you played it long here, around 67, you had a clean move to 69. And if you played, this other breakout at 69, you got a clean move to 74. So QS is clearly being heavily traded. Yesterday's volume was at 69 million. The past few days have been well above 50 million. And today, I think there's a good chance that could continue. Pre-market action, it's still being pretty active. With this gap up, it's gapping up about 7 points. Yesterday's high is 74.50. So this is going to be on my B list as well. I just want to see if there's going to be any type of clean movements with QS throughout the day. And if it presents an opportunity that I like, maybe a bull flag, some igniting bar, boom, I'll give it an attempt. Preferably to the upside. There was one other name. What was it? And the last name, I wanted to go over Plug one more time. I really, really like Plug today. News circulating around Plug, and look what is happening with the pre-market action. I know that there's a big gap up with it. I mean, it's gapping up 8 points for a $35 stock. So what? That's around 20+%. However, it is holding these levels very nicely. You have a range right now of around 41.73, and the high looks around 43.89. So what we could do, I think Alex mentioned, we could play the break above 43.80 and throw stops at you can throw stops at 42.70. So about $1, $1.30 in risk,
Mm-hmm.
and really capture this stock to see if it can test the all-time high right now is 44.95. So we have about $1.50 from this price level. So we test that, and if we're able to break above that, I don't know what's in the cards. We just have to check level 2 to, as we're collecting profit. I see price targets at $52.
Yeah.
That's well above 45. So we'd be taking profits far beforehand. But just shows you the potential that this name has. So yeah, my A list is pretty much going to be Plug. I'm also going to have a few bank names in there.
Yes.
I really like JPM as well. That's going to be on my A list. It's having a really nice gap up. It's gapping up 4 points. They have a price target upgrade as well.
Yep.
So I'll be watching JPM along with that. And also Myrna. I could throw Myrna in the A list along with Tilray. Tilray would be my A list as well. But I would need to see Tilray break above $12 in order for it to strike my interest. So yeah, man, that's pretty much my list for the day.
Awesome.
Very similar to this.
Awesome, brother. Yeah, we've got some good names, and I'm glad you brought up the banks. So guys, don't. Yesterday, the theme were financials, the banks. They clearly dominated the day yesterday. There's going to be continuation on them today, which is why we're seeing those gap ups. So do not disregard the banks today. If you want, keep them on your A list or keep them on your B list. I think there's just a lot of opportunities today. So just choose your top 2, choose your top 4. Please mark up your charts as we're providing our analysis. Mark up those support and resistance zones. When you see the stock trigger those support and resistance zones, you know whether you need to short or you go long. So I think today's just gonna be another good day, man. I have a good feeling about it. And let me just take a moment to remind everyone, please be conscious of the sizing and the positions that you're taking. Remember, let's not try to be millionaires in one day. Let's have cadence in this journey, right, in trading the stock market, right? We're trying to all make a minimum 6 figures doing this, right? I'm just making that assumption. So, have your daily plan, have your daily goal, have your daily maximum risk, and respect those numbers, right? That's how I'm able to consistently do this and look at my wife in the eye and say, don't worry, babe, I'm consistently making enough money so that we can support our lifestyle and our goals and everything that we need to do. So I just want to make sure that you guys can achieve that same goal as well. So with that being said, for everyone on YouTube, thanks for tuning in. Comment below, smash that like button like everyone freaking says on YouTube, so I'm going to say it as well. And follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.